Good morning. I am C.V. Krishnaveni, lecturer in computer science from SKR and SKR Government College for Women, Kadapa. Welcome to fourth lecture in Core Java. In this session, you are going to learn about Introduction to Object-Oriented Programming System, Advantages of Object-Oriented Programming, Class and Object. Object-Oriented Programming System, which is called OOPS, is a programming methodology based on the concept of objects. The concept behind object-oriented programming is to bind data and its behavior into a single location, that is object, to make it easier to understand how a program works. Usually, procedural programming is writing functions that perform operations on the data. Whereas in object-oriented programming, you will work with objects. Some points on object-oriented programming, that is, few object-oriented languages are C++, C#, PHP, Java, Python, etc. All these are considered to be object-oriented languages. The first object-oriented programming language is Simula, and the first truly object-oriented programming language is Smalltalk. Coming to the advantages of object-oriented programming, object-oriented programming reflects the real world. OOP has a clear structure for the program. OOP is faster. Object-oriented program follows dry concept, that is, don't repeat yourself. Object-oriented programming is easier to write, modify, maintain and debug. So as I have already mentioned that object-oriented programming language is based on object. So here we will see in detail about this term, what an object is. An object is any entity that has state and behavior. So real world examples are, we can take pen, pencil, book, bag, a car, dog, etc. Anything in the real world which has certain properties. What do you mean by property here? Suppose if I take a pen, color of the pen, size of the pen, shape of the pen. These are all considered to be its state, its properties. Whereas coming to its behavior, its operation, its functionality, pen is used to write. So the object pen has shape, size, color. These are all considered to be its properties, or you can call them as states or attributes, or you can call them as fields also. And its behavior, its operation, its function is used to write. Not only such materials, but you can consider, for example, a rabbit. It is also be treated as an object. Then if rabbit is an object, it should have state and behavior. So what are its state, what are its properties? Color of the rabbit, breed of it, name of that, etc. And what are its operations, what are the functions of the rabbit, what is the actual behavior of the rabbit? It runs, eats, sleeps, etc. So an object is any entity that has state and behavior. An object is a software bundle of related state and behavior. Objects in object-oriented programming are often used to model the real-world objects that we find in everyday life. An object has another characteristic other than state and behavior that is not visible to the external user, that we call it as identity. Each object is uniquely identified by the identifier provided by the JVM internally. An object contains an address and consumes some space in memory. An object can communicate with other objects without knowing the details of each other's data or functionality. The type of messages accepted and responded is only necessary for communication. This you call it as message passing. An object can be defined as an instance of a class. Then what is class? A class can be defined as a template or blueprint that describes the behavior or state that the object of its type. That is, for example, you see, car is considered to be a class. Car has certain properties and method. We know properties, they are considered to be its state or attributes or fields. Methods, what are its functionalities? So, suppose if you have a car as a class, it has certain properties and methods. Objects are created of this type class. So, Ford is object 1 here. Toyota is another object. So, it has properties and methods of car. This object also has properties and methods of this car. So, both these objects are considered to be instances of this class. Class represents the set of attributes or fields or properties, that is state or operations or functions, which are methods that are common to all objects of a type. A class is a group of common objects. A class is a logical entity. It can't be physical. Look here, a dog. Dog, it has breed, size, age, color. If this is a class, these are all considered to be data members or properties of this class. Then what are various functionalities of this class? Eat, sleep, sit, run. These are all considered to be the methods. If this is the class, there can be dog 1 and another dog 2. These dog 1 and dog 2 will become the objects of this class, which share the common properties of this class. So, till now we have known that object-oriented programming is based on objects. So, objects are instances of class. We can say that object-oriented programming is based on concepts of classes and objects which reflect the real life entities. So, in the real world, there are many individual objects, all of the same kind. There may be thousands of other cars which are of the same make and model. Each car was built from the same set of blueprints and hence contains the same components. In object-oriented programming terms, it is said that car is an instance of the class of objects known as cars. A class is the blueprint from which individual objects are created. Here, object is car. State of the object is car, model, weight, number of gears, etc. Behavior of the object is accelerate, brake, gear change, etc. So, let me recap the concepts which I have explained in this session. Object-oriented programming system is a programming methodology based on the concept of objects. A class is the blueprint from which individual objects are created. It defines the state and behavior of objects which are of its type. An object is an instance of a class. It is a real world entity. An object has properties and behavior. So, let us meet with the concepts of object-oriented programming in the next lecture. Thank you. Bye.